1, 2, 3. Everything's probably fine.
All right.
Okay, and 1, 2, 3, clap.
All right. It lined up on my end.
All right, well, you're gonna have to get better at that. Anyways,
no, it's just the delay. It's the delay. But
sure, dude. Yo, you're way off tempo with that one. Anyway, people, welcome to Everything's Probably Fine.
Hey, we did it.
Officially episode 1 now. If you guys have seen some promo videos circulating around, we had some trial and error with getting this thing up and running and being just, some technical difficulties, but I think we got it sorted out for the most part now.
We wanted to make sure we gave you the most barely above mediocre product we could give.
And we're still very much fine-tuning this whole thing. Like, I picture eventually we're going to have, like, a fucking sick-ass intro, like, little tag thing that we say at the beginning, hey, guys, welcome to Everything's Probably Fine, the podcast where you can blah, 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 No one
wants to hear that anymore, man. No one wants to feel
That's true. Like, I'm more of just, like, I like to just dive right in. I'm that kind of guy.
Get to the goods.
Yeah, get to the juice, So, yeah. I'm noticing now that I look extremely sunburned in my face.
You look a little red. Were you out fishing today?
I was out fishing, dude, but I have this thing where...
Yeah.
I don't know if you even know this about me, dude, but, like, I'm pretty sure I've been putting off going to, like, a dermatologist. I've supposed to have been, like, setting up an appointment to do that for, like, the past year now. I got these really bad sunspots on my shoulders. I don't know if you've ever noticed when I've had the shirt off just flecking in the summer, but I got these really bad sunspots.
I spent a lot of time looking at your shoulders.
So... I'm like, like what sunspots look like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like there's, like fucking almost look like little moles, but they're just like spots, like big freckles pretty much. And I've been putting off going to a dermatologist, but I'm pretty sure I probably have some fucking skin cancer in the making here. All the years fishing with the shirt off. And
nice, dude.
Yeah, so I've been putting it off, and it's not that I'm like fearful to like find out. It's just I'm just that fucking lazy.
Well, yeah, you're going to definitely want to be... checking on that a little bit though. That's kind of sketchy. I mean, we're only 1 episode deep. We got to get at least 5 or 6 in there.
I know. Well, dude, I'll be fine, dude. They graph that shit.
Yeah. No, that's so scary, man.
I used to get this shit too. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Probably not, dude, because this is like half your worry. You know what I mean? Like I'm pasty as fuck, bro. You know? I don't think
I've ever had sunburn, like legit skin. Like I've seen like the peeling. Like I've definitely had times where I was outside and like my cheeks felt a little prickly to the touch, like you touch the cheeks and it's tender.
Dude, no matter how much melanin you have in your skin, you can absolutely get burned by the sun.
Yeah, but I've never had that like that ginger, just half of your face peeling off, just agony. Like I've seen people, I was in Florida one time when I was a kid and there's this other kid with me and he was like, just a ball of uncooked dough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just a real white dough boy.
He had like blisters the size of quarters just all down his back. And I was like, I can't, how could you live, how are you on this planet, but then you're so allergic to it? Like how are you so unfit for your environment?
Dude. I get this shit. It's called, if I like now, like when I go out fishing, like I've learned my lesson over the years. So I don't really like go shirtless anymore. One, cause I'm like a fat old guy now, like in full dad bod mode. But I used to get this shit, it's called devil's itch, they call it, if you look it up online, where you get sunburn so bad, you get sun poisoning, like where you feel sick from the sun, being out all day,
heard of that.
cooking like a fucking raisin, dude. And your back will itch so bad, and it's in all the spots that your arm can't like physically like bend to reach to itch. But when you do scratch them, it burns so bad because you're so fucking like, you're purple. And I'm pretty sure that's what's caused.
What?
So, like, I've had some serious sun damage to these shoulders and this back.
And then you don't put suntan lotion on either, do you?
I do now.
A goddamn man.
No, I use, like, a high SPF now. Because, like, my whole worry is, like, my whole outlook on it, I guess, has been, like, if I get it out of the way quick in the year, like, I'll take some burnings. But, you know what I mean? Eventually, my skin will adapt.
Right. Yeah, but it still takes its toll. It's not like an immune system where it's like, I'll just get chickenpox now, so I don't get it.
Absolutely not. And like,
it's
you learn to not be as much of a dumbass over the years. And plus, my fiance, dude, Rachel gets pretty pissed when I don't wear sunscreen. But as you can see, I didn't today. I wear like a mask out there. It's like a bandana around the neck.
If you're watching the video, you can maybe on your camera they can definitely see
I'm sure you can see it, dude. Like, look at this. If I pull the hat back, like you can see the fucking line right here.
He's got a whole nother face under there.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Wow.
It's funny because like I'll go back on my music page, my Nate Million's business page on Facebook, and there's all these videos from like summers ago when I just used to not put shit on my face and just go out there and fry. And like one of the like comments that always gets me, dude, when I go back and watch like some old videos and shit, someone's just like, your teeth literally look nuclear white. Because my face was just so red, dude.
You just had that, you're like, what, 20 years old? You look like a 50-year-old guy who just moved down to Florida.
It causes wrinkles too, dude. Like I was blessed as fuck with this face, but I'm not,
That's funny.
I mean, I was fucking blessed with this face, dude, but I'm not really taking care of it, you know? I floss and that's about it. And then for a while I was letting the fucking quarantine scruff grow out. I've never been able to grow facial hair though.
I remember one time I called you and it was on FaceTime and you answered and I was just like, whoa.
Letting yourself go, buddy, yeah.
It's really getting to him.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever like, I think I've gotten to the point where I'm comfortable just letting myself go, you know? Not all the way, like I'll come back. Don't get me wrong, but like a little bit. And I'm seeing a little more, like I'll go a couple days without showering sometimes.
Oh, I've been doing that for years. I saw one article where it was like, oh, it's not good to shower every day because then your body doesn't.
Dude, my skin dries out, especially in the winter.
It's like the oils and stuff, and it's actually like, but like, so I took that to heart clearly, but I don't like take months out. You know, I don't. Not a week goes by without a shower.
I'm not fucking
but
disgusting, dude. If my armpits and my nuts start reeking, then I'm hopping in the shower.
Quarantine. With the quarantine stuff, though, it's been a lot of just.
I think everyone's going. Yeah, everyone's going through that.
My kids have been wearing just dog shit the last few weeks. Like just whatever the hell they decided was like. My daughter had like pajama pants on, a dress for like from a wedding that she was like a flower girl in, and then
she loves to play dress up, dude.
She loves dress up, but that's kids, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Speaking of kids and dress up. Before we got on, I had the most gnarly pooping experience. It's been, you know that feeling when you're like sitting down for a while, you know, hunched over probably, bad posture, and you get up and you stretch and all of a sudden there's that stitch right down the center of your belly.
Almost like a menstrual cramp for men.
I mean, it's hard. I don't want to be insensitive.
Are you talking bubble guts though, or are we talking about like cramps, dude? Because dude,
it was like
not
a cramp.
Insensitive at all, dude. You don't know the things that have happened in my fucking stomach over the years. You want to compare, dude? I'll trade some menstrual cramps for my fucking some of the shits that have come out of my body. I promise you. It was a thing, and then it was just that bullshit of like you sit down and you think it's like here it comes, and then it doesn't, and then you're like, okay, I'll sit here, and then you kind of you're like, all right, I think I got enough out, you know. You stand up, and then all of a sudden it's just like. Like, nope, you got 10 more. Oh, yeah, dude. You know what helps me when I know, like, you get a little bit out, and this is usually when I have the funny runnies, but you'll sit down, you'll go to take, like, one of those water shits, those squirters, dude, and then, like, more has to come out, but, like, you can't physically get it out. Go to wipe your ass, bro, and I swear, like, wiping your ass, it does some weird, like, puckering thing, you know, when you go to naturally wipe your ass, and then it, like... I don't know, dude. It like almost plunges it out of there. I don't want to use plunges, but I don't want to use.
How far are you sticking it up there?
No, not that far, dude.
Just a heads up too. I've been changing my mic volume left and right here, and I'm gonna try to mix it. But if you're listening to this and it's like, oh, this is their first podcast and their sounds like garbage, just suck my dick. Honestly,
we'll get it figured out. Give me a Blumpkin, dude.
But I'm just trying to get it dialed in here. Once we get her locked in, you know, and I'm really glad that we spent at least in the first 10 minutes of our first ever podcast, we talked about a sufficient amount of poop and different styles.
Skin damage. I feel like this is going well, you know, wear like a high SPF if you're pasty white. Like I promise you, I have so much experience getting fried by the sun. It is worth just investing in a can of $7 high SPF. 50 is honestly great. You'll still get tan. You'll still get that summer bronze.
Yeah,
but you won't burn.
I know I'm technically like supposed to wear sunscreen, but I've never really done that. And like, I mean, you can still have bad effects from it, but I don't know, just my skin. I never got burnt, and so but yeah, it's probably stupid. But I've never had to deal with it up front. Circling back real quick to pooping. I just saw this. I saw a meme, and I just want to ask because I haven't had the chance. You know, it's obviously social distancing, not really being around people. I haven't been able to ask.
You've fallen into a meme wormhole. They are good.
No,
They're
but
entertaining.
Do you stand up when you wipe, or do you sit down and wipe?
Dude, I sit down.
Apparently,
when
there's different ways to do it.
No, dude, standing up to wipe your ass. I'm already sitting on the toilet. It's supposed to be a relaxing moment for me.
I'm kind of a switch hitter. I've done the sit down and I've done the stand up.
Well, hold on. While we're on the subject, if I'm in like a porta potty, like a rent-a-john, dude, I'll always. I don't even touch my ass to those things. And I know this is completely sidetracking, but when I was a kid, I used to stand up to wipe my ass, and in my adult life, I just fucking sit down, spread the legs, and just fucking. I don't like spread the legs. That sounded. I feel like I'm digging myself. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. Let me explain. I'm already sitting down, and now in my adult life, I like to think of it as like I'm already sitting down. Pooping should be a relaxing, 5-10 minute period for me. Why would I want to stand up to wipe my ass? That sounds like way too much effort.
For some reason, it's definitely been something that's been an occurrence in my life. I've never shied away from it. I guess I've never really put too much conscious effort. But I saw a meme, and then someone was like people really stand up. And then I saw someone else comment, and they're like, wait, people actually sit down and do that? Like, it was just this mind-blowing thing.
What do you mean? You're 100% making a conscious effort if you're standing up to wipe your ass after you shit. That is a 100% conscious effort.
But it's not a choice. It's not like, all right, now I'm a stand up. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like Ford, Chevy, like Apple, Android. Like, it's just, whatever happens.
I feel like that's like a nurtured thing.
Takes
like, whatever you are comfortable with doing, then by all means do it. I just feel like I said, you're relaxing. Like, I could bring like a footrest. I like, you know what I mean? Like, back in the day, people used to use magazines and shit to entertain themselves before cell phones were around. I'll play like a little phone app game or like scroll Instagram while I'm taking a shit. Like
Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll look at memes about how people wipe their ass while I'm taking a shit,
How meta is that? That's like So, I wanted to get to this because it's not like a rap podcast. We're not sitting here trying to like make any kind of that. Obviously, both of us have been musicians, but I just
Ben, I'm not retired, dude.
What he's not retired, but we've made music. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, here's the deal. 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, besides all of the snitching and rat and stuff, he's going off on this tirade today about Billboard. Did you see that?
I didn't, dude. No.
All right. Well, obviously, like, we're probably not, obviously our channel's not going to be whatever. It probably wouldn't get pulled if I put the video up there. But basically, he's like freaking out because he was like, he's yelling at Billboard because he's not on the 100. And he's talking about how all these record labels like Sony, Atlantic, all the Republic, all these things, they basically like get, updates like predictions or forecasts for like what's going to be the top 100, and he's number 2 right now on that song, right? And then I think number 1 was the Doja Cat, and then like 3 was I might be wrong, but Ariana Grande, I think. Whatever white girl that looks Mexican has a new song.
Yeah.
Like whatever one that is like wearing too much bronzer, that one.
Is it the one she just put out a song with Justin Bieber? I didn't listen to it.
Maybe. So they put it out and it's number 3, and I guess Tekashi, and obviously like who the fuck knows if he's even telling the truth, but he's talking about how like they're basically like all of a sudden they put in like this bid for like, oh, here's 60,000 more streams, like because they obviously keep track, and then they put it into Billboard, and all of a sudden he's like out of nowhere they have like 60,000 more streams, and like there's these packets, like now Billboard has a tweet or something that's like stream Ariana Grande's new song or whatever like that, like, but it's Billboard saying that, and it's basically like trying to push, not to push Tekashi, but like just to get their song
to be the top spot.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I got a text that was kind of about my daughter, but Hattie's upstairs. My wife's upstairs.
She's freaking out.
She's just having a tough time. It's something about zombies, and my son's 9, and so he watches shows that aren't like terrible, but then she gets freaked out. And she used to be the little girl who would watch like Coraline. Do you remember Coraline?
Yes, dude.
like that was a kids movie, and that movie's like, man, that's intense for kids, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Cora's got that, like, you know, she's got that.
Yeah, but then some things get to her, dude. Like any bugs or anything like that. It's just. But anyway,
honestly, I don't even want to like talk about it because you're not going to tell me that raising a kid is harder than raising a West Highland White Terrier puppy. So.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, it's no puppy for sure, but you know, a human being child that's gonna.
Dude, I'd trade you your kids for my puppy for 24 hours. I guarantee you'd be like, fuck this dog. I love her to death, but man, she is a psycho.
Good luck with that. But anyway, I thought the 6ix9ine thing was kind of interesting. How he was talking about.
Well, I saw something that he was saying the other. It was like he like posted something like Drake's the GOAT. Don't get me wrong, but like was showing his comparatively.
Oh, because Drake's album was Drake's album wasn't even. It was like number 2 in the charts.
No,
like,
this was like YouTube views, I think, and he's like, "Don't let him rob me out of that," because it was like number 33 on trending on YouTube or some shit. I don't know. It just seems like he's just back to being 6ix9ine.
Love it or hate it, but Drake
love it or hate it. It's entertainment. It is
Drake's album that just came out, or project or whatever they're gonna call it. I'm sure they're gonna call it a mixtape now, but it didn't flop, but it was like number 2 or something like that. Like people didn't like, you know, normally when Drake drops an album.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I listened through a little bit of it the other day, and like the first, like there were some bars in it. Don't get me wrong, but it was just like so like. It just seems like he's just so like trying to be so effortless and like his delivery these days. There's nothing that's not just like talking through shit.
I know what you're saying. Like it's just those little liners.
It was boring to me. It was super boring.
Do you think though, like, okay, well, that's one thing. I mean, that's just his own thing. He's just getting comfortable. Maybe he's running out.
I mean, who gives a fuck when you're that rich, dude, and you've done that much in music? Like at that point, like it's time to just fizzle out.
Right. I guess what I was gonna say is like, because I was curious about and for me, like I listen to music, but like lately, like with all the quarantine stuff, like I almost feel like I don't really have, like I listen to like a lot of podcasts now with that, and like I don't know, like I don't have that hunger for music, like to listen to new music or anything like that, and I wonder if that's like quarantine just got everyone like not in the mood.
Well, I read something like at the beginning of the whole like stay-at-home order or whatever, like when, you know, states started doing that streaming numbers were drastically down. Like
right, and you would think they're up, but I guess everyone's just home. They're not listening in the car.
But I think it was a good thing in a sense, like that, you know, people were it shows that people are spending more time being involved with family and shit than
or just watching Netflix.
Yeah, or that too, dude.
No one's sitting at home when they're stuck at home. And
everyone's watching fucking Joe Exotic for. Dude, if I have to see one more fucking Joe Exotic or Carol Baskin post, I'm gonna fucking.
It's fizzled out though.
My Facebook.
People are.
It is, dude. I think the hype is gone.
Nowadays, people, there's like 2 waves of hype. There's like the hype of like, oh, this is a shit. And then it's the new wave of hype is like, all right, now we have to absolutely 100% hate something that everyone's loved. So that way we can be like, we're done with it. Like we like murder our favorite things so quick as a society. Like,
oh yeah.
We like think about like, it's just the weirdest phenomenon though, you know, like. Everyone's hype about it, and there's always the people who like are gonna hate whatever's popular. You know, like everyone likes Drake, so I hate Drake.
It's that people literally beat it dead with posting about things. That's
what
drives
it is, I guess.
Nuts.
Yeah, it just gets old, and then it's annoying. But it was something worth talking about, though, for sure. It's kind of on that same subject too. I've been like, you know, there's a lot of like nostalgia. There's a lot of like. I'm not trying to be insensitive about any of this stuff, but like, there's a lot of like, you know, like 9/11, where there was everyone had the flag. You know what I mean? Like everyone had the flag. Everyone's like has these cheesy quotes that we'd always say, and like
never forget.
In right? It's not. I mean, it's not cheesy, but it's like in retrospect, like we were gassed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now obviously we got a lot of the similar stuff. And like I've been seeing this. I've been noticing like it started with that one song, that chick who played Wonder Woman or whatever, and she did that song where all these celebrities were singing like a line of this song.
Yeah.
And it was this montage. And I've been seeing a lot of like, because there's already a lot of like, just over like, I don't even know what the word is called, like cheesy, like nostalgia type like feels, you know, in commercials. You know, every commercial's like, "We're here with you."
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Oh,
you know
dude,
what I mean? Like,
it's driving me nuts, dude. Honestly, this whole thing is just like, I mean, I don't even think it's like out there. Like, this isn't even my opinion, but at this point, and this isn't to be insensitive either, because I'm all for people doing, you know, if you want to social distance and do all that, like, by all means, like, I fully support it. But a lot of this shit is so blown out of proportion, dude. The other day, this is no joke. I don't think I told you this yet. I'm driving to a showing in St. Paul. I stop at this stoplight. I'm on University Avenue. I stop at this stoplight. I look over, and this chick next to me is, like, eyeing me up, dude. She stopped at the light in the lane next to me. And I, like, look over at her, and I shit you not, this chick rolls down her window and fucking pulls her mask up and stares me down. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
bro,
we are
for real?
Yes. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I was taken back. I don't know if she thought I was gonna like cough 30 feet and give her coronavirus through.
Or did she just try to like? Was she trying to be like, "Where's your mask"?
No, she had her mask around her fucking throat, you know, like driving with it on.
Right,
like,
that's where the corona enters, is on your throat. Yeah.
With it still around her ears, dude. And she literally, like, her windows were up. She rolls the window down and pulls the mask up and, like, looked
and then
at me.
stares at you?
Yeah, and she was already looking at me, like, when I pulled up.
What,
so I don't know if it was just, like, a happenstance or what, but I was just like, first of all, do you think you're going to catch coronavirus out of fucking midair in your car?
No, but why? Back up. Why was she staring at you then?
I don't know, because, bro. Why the fuck do you think she was staring at me?
No, that's not the most interesting part of the story. Like, what? Why is she like? She rolls the window down to stare. She didn't say anything.
No, she didn't say anything. She just gave me like the eye.
Oh, like she was like flirting.
No, like it was almost like she like. I feel like she thought that I was like judging her for like. I don't know. Like, I really don't know what to make of the situation, but
God, people are weird.
Right,
dude, like,
dude.
okay, I live in a small town, so like everyone, it's like a small town in North Dakota, and I feel like everyone's kind of like too cool for it, you know? Like they're like,
that's any small town though.
Like I wear, you know, it's just very like, you know, I don't know what the word is, but it's just like that. You rarely see people with masks on. It just is what it is. And like
fucking North Dakota, dude.
But people, so everyone's like that, you know, everyone says hi to each other and stuff. I've seen people that like I know and like they don't even, we'll be social distance 6 feet, whatever. And I'll be like, oh, hey, how's it going? And it'll be like this really quiet, like response. Like, it's almost like if they think if they like talk in a normal speaking voice, like it's going to enter. Like it's a vibe of fear. You know what I'm saying? Like there's logic to it. There's like logic to like, okay, wear the mask, wear this, you know, wash your hands. Like,
sure, if you want to protect yourself like that, but
not even that. But there's just the fact that you think that like making eye contact with someone or like speaking like that subconsciously is like a thing that you don't do anymore because it's like it's virus time.
Right,
like, it's such a weird.
This whole
vibe.
thing has definitely changed like the social norms. Like,
yeah. I like it, dude. The less people
the less social better. I have to be, the fucking better, dude. I'm not complaining about that. Not at all. I just couldn't believe that, though. I pull up to this light, and, like, I honestly, like you said, like, I didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I was just like...
Well, it sounds weird, dude.
I just kind of, like, shook my head, and I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah. It's one of those weird things.
And now, like, every gas station I'm going to, like, Target now, like, right when you walk in the door, we're like, oh, hey, we're price gouging on masks. Like, buy some disposable masks. Like, a 3-pack for $15. It's like, what? These costed literally 3 cents to make. It's just like it's like a fucking hype thing now, dude. Like, everyone's wearing a mask, and it's just like...
Well, yeah, you gotta, you know, especially if you're in a city or whatever it is mandated where they say, hey, wear it. Like, it's not going to kill you to wear it. I see the people who wear it under their nose, though. Or, like, I was just at the store the other day, and this chick, she was in the line, like,
under their nose. Yeah, that's really fucking productive.
Like, they're just snorting Corona the whole time.
They're just wearing it on top of their head like a fucking yarmulke.
They got masks on their hands. So she goes in, she's down the line and she's wearing it the whole time, you know, she's picking stuff out and she gets to the register, the place where she's like the closest to another human being. takes her mask down and starts talking to the lady. I was like, you're dead.
That's
it's
what
over.
I'm saying,
it's
dude.
over.
Like, all this shit is so dumb. Like, I went into Chipotle, and keep in mind, this was 2 weeks ago. This was before our stay-at-home order. Like, I'm still not sure, like, what's going on here. Like, a lot of businesses are allowed to, like, resume, you know, going about business as usual again.
Yeah.
But I'm at Chipotle. This was 2 weeks ago, and most of the Chipotles and, like, restaurants like that where you normally go in to order, you either had to DoorDash it or you had to, like, call curbside. They'd come out and bring it out to you. But we go into this one, my buddy, we get done fishing, and he tells me, he's like, no, this one's just open. You can just go in it. Dude, we go in there, and it's just a line like Chipotle always is, like, up to the door, you know? And
Right,
no
just
one is,
Ugg boots.
everyone's, like, 2 feet apart, and I'm like, whoa. And we get up to the fucking register. Like, the people making your food are wearing masks, but they're not
Right.
wearing gloves. The lady that takes my card, like, grabs my tinfoil burrito, puts it
Like
in the
what they're
bag.
normally wearing is a glove for your food.
Right, exactly.
And now they don't,
Dude,
and they have a
none of
mask
this
on.
makes any sense. And then she takes my card with her bare fingers, fucking runs my card, because they have to do that at
And then
Chipotle.
picks
They
the
don't got the
burrito.
thing you stick it in yourself. And then hands it back, like, handled my food. And I'm just, like, looking around, like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
I really think this, like, besides all the mass hysteria, though, it's made me think personally about, like, all the weird stuff, though, that we do that, like, we don't need to. Like, you mentioned, like, the card thing. Like, okay, like, some places you stick your card in yourself. Some places you don't, you know, where you hand it to them and then they swipe it. Like, why not just make every business where you swipe it in yourself?
Honestly,
like,
you think about it, though. I've thought about that.
that way you're not touching a bunch of stuff.
But I've thought about that, and you still have to either enter your PIN number or...
I know.
You know what I
hate
mean?
it.
So it's like almost
Yeah.
more germy because more customers are touching that than just the one person at the register or 2 people, 3 people that shift in and out on a daily basis.
I guess, yeah, because then you're just touching the... I mean, who knows? That was another thing. Just, I had written it down because I was just thinking about, like, whether you believe, like, there's people on all sides of the spectrum of, like, everything from the earth is flat and it's 5G and this is lizard disease.
Yeah.
To, like, you know, this is the end of the fucking world, and if you don't have a mask on, you deserve to be stabbed in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, between that spectrum, there's so much misinformation, like, for real. Like, not just like, oh, yeah, the National Enquirer said that, or, oh, like, oh, did you check the source on that link? Like, I'm talking fucking New York Times article,
Oh, yeah,
and you
dude.
have to sit there and go, like, okay, now...
And so many so many people
No, like,
post,
hold on,
like-
hold on. I want to break this down, though, because, like, first, you have to put it through so many, like, filters that humans, we have to think about this now. Like, okay, it's New York Times, so we're going to look it through it. Like, okay, now think about how much you trust New York Times. Then it's them quoting the fucking World Health Organization. Like, oh, the World Health Organization says to do this. So you have to go, okay, I have to filter it through, like, okay, what do I believe about the New York Times? And then what do I believe through what the World Health... Because they've all, like, been wrong about things in the past. Like, you know, like, World Health... I can't... I'm going to say WHO. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
but
it is.
WHO...
Yeah.
Which is a great band, but terrible at telling you what to do in a pandemic.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like, no, I'm kidding. I mean, it's probably just a shit show. Like, it's probably a shit show just because it's like, what the fuck do we do? I don't think it's a shit show because anyone's trying to be like, let's fuck shit up. It's just like, how do you even...
No, dude, but think about this. People legitimately, like, somebody has to approve this shit, you know? Like...
We both know... I mean, I
But
know
people
nothing about this stuff.
People legitimately trust anything. Like, just because it's like a mainstream news outlet does not mean it's trustworthy either. There's people quoting
but that's
CNN, Fox
whack,
News,
dude.
and it's
Like,
like
it's so whack.
it's all opinions. None of it's factual. Like,
Oh, wait, hold on. Movie recording has been stopped automatically. Hold on 1 second. Let me pause it real quick.
it's all right. We'll put a commercial drop here.
Well, it started
During
again.
these tough
I started it up
times.
again. Hopefully this is it. So we're back.
So we're back during these tough times.
Sorry about that last ad that we put on. I don't know why there was so much semen involved with that one. So now we really painted ourselves into a corner. But yeah, the whole thing with the whole thing, it's not like I'm ultra distrustful. I don't think everything's a hoax. I don't think the government is all out just trying to, like, let's take every right they got. Like, because if you think about it, it's a balancing at, like, as much as the government doesn't want people to die, they also don't want to like die from all the, people not having jobs, all the crazy shit that goes along with the economy crashing. Like that, it's a balancing act. And I'm sure there's like, we can sit here and like be like, oh, this and that, but like, dude, I tried to balance my checkbook the other day and I fucked up. So like there's no point. I'm not gonna sit here and try to. And that's the funny shit about it too. Like that's why I stay off social media. Like it's just ridiculous. Like
it's kind of created. It's kind of created like another.
It was a wake-up call for me.
A little social media civil war between people.
Yeah,
you got people like, oh, open our shit back up. We need to go back to work. Then you got the other people that are like, fuck no, like it's too dangerous to go out there. It's like,
and they're both right. That's the thing.
Well, they're only going on based on what they want to know, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what you want to believe is what you will.
Bill
believe.
Burr always is like, they just go on www.shit, and theproofthatimright.com.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I don't know. It's just a wake up call for me that like how much I'm like how am I supposed to even, not that it's just a slippery slope. Like, it's not like I've ever had outright distrust of a media source. I can understand the nuance of like a media source being wrong about something or deceiving about one topic, but still be 100% accurate about another one. Like, people don't get that. They think like, oh, CNN lied once. They're wrong about everything. It's like, same with Fox, or whatever cartoon you watch, that's all that shit's just like, they're going to be right about some shit and they're going to be wrong. And sometimes they're probably more wrong about shit than, but.
Well, they just bring like both,
it's a wake up call for me that, like,
and both ends of like the political spectrum. They just bring in like doctors and scientists that want to support what they believe. Yeah, you get what I mean? So it's whatever side you lean to, you're going to be like, oh, well, he said this. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bunch of he said, she said bullshit.
When shit, like, this is bad and everything, but like, say if like some crazy shit was going on, like, we're fucked. Like, honestly, like, if like
America's dumb, dude.
I think a lot of us are to the point where if you saw like a very reputable thing saying like, there is a bomb headed our way, blah, blah, blah. Like, half of us would be like, oh shit. And then the other half wouldn't believe it.
I'd be like hit me right fucking here.
Prove that shit.
Just fucking hit me.
Anyway. Just exactly though.
No, I have my opinions. I'm just one of those people that'll never share them on Facebook, Like, I'm just not that. I'm not there to debate
you can't
anyone.
Get
everyone
sucked into
is,
that because you see,
this is America and everyone is entitled to believe what they want to believe, and that's the closest thing we have to true freedom in the world. So knock yourself out.
You see like regular people, if you pay enough attention on social media, you'll see people like slowly, all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're just posting, they're just fucking
The funniest
raging.
ones to me are like the people that like wanted this to be the end of the world. Like, they wanted to be like the people like, and I'm not saying it's like the conspiracy theorists or whatever you want to call them.
Like the preppers and
the people are like,
bomb shelter
fucking told you guys, what are you going to do now, pussies? And it's like,
right, and it's like, chill, dude.
Like, you're hoping, like, you're hoping on the doom of fucking humanity, like.
That's like people with guns though. Like, they get guns and they're just like, I
guns
can't
all
fucking
over. I'm not hoping for the end of the world.
No,
I
but
got
like,
a gun right here. Fucking cocked and ready.
No, it's like, I can't fucking wait till someone breaks into my house. I'll blow.
Oh, that's me, bro.
Yeah, like, it's funny. It's like a weird, like, sadistic, fucking like.
Cashy.
Like,
yeah.
It's like it's like a fetish. It's like a fetishized protection.
I'm not saying
weird.
I wish, I'm waiting for the day, but I mean, I just wish a motherfucker would.
Is it the vibe of like, I'm a felon, I can't have any guns. So like, is it the vibe of like,
I'm not.
Just be like, is it like to be badass, or is it just like what is that? What is that?
It's like,
readiness?
To me, it's more so just like the way we were raised. Like, I'm from like a Southern family, like my dad's whole side of the family. It's just kind of like, you grew up around guns, you get used to having them in your house and knowing how to use them, and then like, you work hard for your things that if somebody comes to try to take the things that I've worked hard for, come around my family, then Godspeed.
Godspeed. Yeah. I hope you outrun bullets. I think Yeah, I
and
totally
that's all
get
it is
that.
for me. It's not like I'm not like hoping someone breaks in my house right now and I gotta fucking pop their ass. Like that's not what I want, but that's what it'll
It's
be.
kind of what I want.
But that's what it'll be.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I get it. I mean, it's not like I don't have like the same kind of like mental, like if someone comes in the house, like I'm gonna fuck, you know what I mean? Like I know
I
what
think
I'm
that's
gonna
just
do.
like that's just like nature, though. You know what I mean? Like, or I don't know if that's a
Right.
nature or nurture thing. Like, I don't know if you like. I grew up because my dad's like, "You'll protect your shit." That's what we
It's
do.
probably
you
like
know?
once upon a time it was nature, and then it's been nurture ever
Right?
since.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is nature. Like when your family's involved, it's 100% primal
Oh yeah, you
nature.
feel that shit. You
Yeah,
feel it right in the balls.
Somebody comes in, you know, my fiance, my dog are in here. Like, what's up?
You blow them away.
Yeah,
Oh
you
wait, you're
can
talking
fucking
about
smoke on site.
my kid. Oh shit.
And
Oh,
I
that
just
sounds
wish a
good.
motherfucker would. No, I'm kidding.
But
No. I had a fun little game plan, so I'm going to interrupt you.
Oh,
You know, I
let's
like
do
these
it.
spur of the moment games when we're doing this. So
do
this
it.
is going to be a little segment where we get to know Beau a little bit better by asking him some
no.
kind of fucky questions. We're gonna start with some more lighthearted ones, and then we'll work our way up to a lot of these. I realize now too have to deal with like the game is called Would You Rather, so I'm gonna give you two scenarios,
Oh no.
and these ones are original. These
This is
ones
a
are by
setup.
me. So
I'm just gonna be like, all right, here you go. You're gonna get the raw, unadulterated Beau right now, because
all right,
I've had a week where I just don't give a fuck.
here we go. Oh, I hear that, bro. Every week is like that for me lately. Like,
Let's go.
Literally. All right, so
Run
first
that
one,
shit.
I'm gonna ask you, very lighthearted. Would you rather get stung by a jellyfish or sprayed by a skunk?
Stung by a jellyfish. You can pee on that. I'd rather be pissed on than pissed on by a skunk.
What if you got stung in the dick by the jellyfish? Then you couldn't piss on your...
Then sprayed by a. Could you imagine getting stung on your? God damn it!
I got stung by a
then
little
skunk.
jellyfish once
Both-
when I was in Mexico, dude. I got stung by like one of those little like quarter-sized ones, and it actually
Yeah.
fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Me and Travis
never been-
both did, dude. We were fucking snorkeling, and a big old fucking school of these little jellyfish come by, and Travis like, jellyfish! Dude, we were
Get
we
'em!
were like little kids, dude, and snorkeling, and fucking we start booking it, right? And all of a sudden, we're just swimming into these things. Like, there's more coming from this way, and he gets stung, and I got stung, and... I mean,
Jesus.
not too bad. When you're a kid, it's traumatic. Like, I still love the ocean, though, dude. I'll still fucking dive in anywhere. All right, next one. I don't want to get too sidetracked because some of these
Yeah,
get
let's
tough.
keep going. Let's.
All right,
yeah,
would you rather stub your toe or bonk your head?
stub my toe? I've bonked my head. I almost knocked
I
myself
know,
all the way
I know.
the fuck out.
You got concussed. I actually spoke to you quite a while that night.
Yeah, we had a full-on day about that shit.
All right, would you rather come home to a shitty dinner or come home to be forced to watch a Seinfeld marathon?
Jesus Christ, is suicide an option? No,
Is suicide an option?
You know what? I've never watched really like Seinfeld like that. Like I'd probably just watch Seinfeld.
Oh god, dude, I'd take the shitty
I don't
dinner
know.
any day.
It depends on how shitty. Like
Oh
shitty,
my
like
god, dude, it is the worst.
no. I'm saying a shitty dinner. Like what's a shitty like
Like
shitty
something
dinner?
that like you
this-
come home after a long day, you haven't eaten anything, like a long day where you're out doing shit all day, working on
Yeah.
stuff. You come home like you want to eat something, but it's just a
I
shitty
did
ass
that
dinner,
today.
bro. Just a shitty ass dinner. You know what I mean? Like nothing.
Yeah, I guess I'd watch Seinfeld because why not?
All
I'm a
right,
TV
we're gonna
junkie.
heat them up
I'd
a little
watch it.
bit. Would you rather get Dutch oven by your wife's egg farts, or would you rather scoop your cat's litter by hand? Your cat's shit litter, I actually wrote down by hand.
You know, honestly, it'd be the cat litter because you can wash your hands. You can't
You can't
replace
unsmell your
nose-
wife's egg farts, dude.
No. Just for the sake of, putting too much burden on divorce courts. I want to. So, yeah,
I like
I'd
it.
do the cat.
Okay, would you rather have a propane blowtorch to your nutsack for 5 seconds?
Jesus Christ, dude! You just jumped out of the gate with that. We were. This
is my last
would
one.
you scoop cat poop to like? How about fucking murder?
Okay, so would you rather have a propane blowtorch to your nutsack for 5 seconds, or have an unexpected full fist punch into your asshole
I'd take the ass punch.
No, I'm talking about you're getting unexpectedly fisted, bro. Like someone comes in like fucking oiled up fist and just ass punches you.
You're
and that
dying if that happens, because that's like how are they gonna get it in that quick?
I don't think you're dying from that.
If in one full motion,
yes.
it goes from nothing to
5 seconds of blowtorch to your nutsack. Like those fuckers are crisped forever, dude. Like fucking burnt marshmallows.
No, dude, I've burnt myself plenty of times with a blowtorch.
Propane blowtorch for 5 seconds to the sack. I'm talking about
what is this game?
We're just trying to get to know you better, man. And I guess your pain receptors.
I guess I'd rather take the punch still, I guess. Or I don't know, like
gay.
Like Yo, it's I don't know, man. You put me in quite this predicament.
That was a full-on joke, by the way.
No, who gives a shit? If you don't think that was a joke and you're really serious and it's 2020, then get off this fucking podcast because it's gonna get a lot fucking worse.
I'm so here for it, bro.
Okay, so if we're talking about like a fist into the butt hole, I thought you meant like just like a butt punch, you know, like it's just like a.
I would not give you something like getting your nutsack burned for 5 seconds by a propane blowtorch and just a punch to your butt cheek. No, I'm talking about a full fucking unexpected fisting into the ass, dude.
They're both equally unimaginably horrible. I couldn't tell you. I guess the blowtorch. I guess because like I'll never have any like. Nothing. I mean, I will be folding clothes for the rest of my life. But at least I won't. At least I won't poop Lincoln Log fucking cinder blocks.
Shitting footballs, dude.
I guess that's basically it. It's either a life. It's either a life of just washing dishes for the rest of my life,
mopping floors.
Just. Oh man, I couldn't. Yeah, I guess
I love catching you off guard in these scenarios.
No, that's fine. That's great. I guess that's it. That's all the questions you had.
That's all the ones I had for today. This is going to be like a reoccurring segment.
I liked it. I'm sure a lot of people
I'll try to get better with them too. You know, I wanted to start pretty subtle and then just work my way up into the fun stuff.
Would you rather stub your toe or be
unexpected fisting in the asshole, dude? I mean, is it Friday? Yep.
What do you think? Get sprayed by a skunk or your head cut off in front of your kids? It's like, Jesus, dude.
It escalated quick, dude. Next time I'm gonna have to have a few more like in-betweeners.
Make it smoother. Yeah, it's definitely you could definitely ramp it up a little bit more.
Holy shit, that is amazing.
Man, hey, by the way, and I don't know if anyone gives a shit about any of this, but I feel like I'm gonna talk about it.
Do
board games.
Yes, let's get into that.
I've been really getting into board games. I just got a new board game called Pandemic. Ha 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 ha. But actually, it was made in like 2008. So like they either knew or it's just maybe pandemics have happened before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they have historically.
I think maybe, but yeah. So it's fun though. I just play with my kid. I've been getting into like really cool board games because with growing up, I've always like I grew up with like Monopoly and Risk and stuff like that, right? And like that was like our family stuff.
You kicked my ass in Monopoly.
Oh,
I got second place.
Yeah, I'm not even the best player in my family. My family is the most cutthroat. Like, people complain about how Donald Trump is, like, so businesslike. Like, if you ever saw my family, we'd be locked up forever, how we, like, connive.
Dude, you don't understand. My family is fucking top-of-the-line Monopoly players.
Yeah, like, I don't mean to flex too fucking hard, but, like...
Talk your shit, bro. Talk that shit.
Bro, I don't mean to drip all over your juice or anything like that, but my family is the greatest. No, I grew up with Monopoly, Risk, all that stuff. And then I can't remember what started it, but all of a sudden I got into like I think my wife's like cousins, they got me into like we played one game where it was just something that I've never played because it's like you're used to those. You roll the die, you move, you do this, you know?
Yep.
And then there's like a whole new world of board games. And like, holy shit, dude. It's the coolest thing. And like, it's a weird time because quarantine, like you can't get in a room with like 5 or 6 people anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like when all this shit kicked off, it was like a weird feeling of like, oh, how are we going to do this? But like, dude.
Well, you're lucky you got 4 people in your family. I mean, Cora, you know.
Cora's an idiot. She's 4 years old. She can barely roll the dice. But honestly,
she's more likely to choke on the dice than roll them.
No, she's really smart. She's just not smart enough. Not nearly smart enough.
Not for adult board games.
So I've just been stockpiling board games. We've been getting them left and right. And then I've always been the type of person, if I really enjoy something, I'm going to try to do it. You know what I mean? Whether that's music or like horse porn, I'm just going to go for it. You know what I mean? Like I'm a go-getter like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say horse porn, before you go any further, when you say horse porn, do you mean... We've been over this before.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
I told you my dad...
What do you think I mean?
Well, my dad saw a traditional horse show in Tijuana, Mexico.
Are you asking me taking or receiving?
Yeah.
Are you saying? Let's just say we both were good after that.
Okay.
We're both satisfied. After you know, the horse had no complaints. I had no complaints. And actually, I'd like to go back and say the fist is probably just fine. All right. Anyway, I've been designing a board game, and I've been trying to. My goal is to like actually try to like self-publish one in some capacity by the end of the year. You know, hopefully everything's opened up, so like there's actually a market for board games. But I'm like psyched about it, dude. Like I think it's like my newfound calling, just because like I grew up with like I love puzzles and problem solving and stuff like that, and like I'm an entertainer by heart. Like so, if I can make a game that like people sit around and enjoy for like an hour or 2 hours even, like that's like the ultimate, like that's better than like, it's not as flashy as like a show, like doing a big ass show and, you know, having a crazy time. Like that's super like boom, like that's like an ultimate high. But like a board game, I feel like that's like more of like nourishment, you know what I mean? As far as someone who's like just a narcissistic fuck who needs that kind of shit.
Who needs just reassurance from everyone. No, I feel like
I'm like a fairy. I don't exist.
So get into a little bit. You had mentioned to me though that you know, for those 5 listeners that may still be listening at this point into this,
God bless you. God bless you.
Beau recently got accepted into college, and you are going to be going for some sort of business degree, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just you know, good old
general business degree.
Business, emphasis on marketing.
Okay. And you hope to one day, I don't know if you publish a board game, if that's how that works, or if you copyright a board game, or how
it's publishing. It's publishing. It's like a book.
I thought so.
What you're really publishing is the rule book.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Yes. That makes sense.
So it's the components and things, like those are things, but you can't necessarily copyright a 6-sided die.
Or a piece of plastic, you know, a movable piece.
Right.
Yeah, of
like
course.
Maybe art you can, but like, so really you're just, the rules is what you're publishing. It's almost like what's that thing when you invent something and then you get the certificate of a patent? Is it a patent?
A patent, yes.
I mean, it's not necessarily that grandiose. Obviously, it's a fucking game. It's not like you're in, you know, but...
Oh, some of them get pretty complex.
Yeah, no, I have one. We've been playing, me and my son, and like, it's called Scythe. It's not the most complex game in the world, but it's like really popular. And it's just like the most epic, like, thematics. Like the artwork in some of these games is crazy. And like just the way... You know, you're so used to like you roll a die and then you move and then you do this and you might think you're clever because you make a cool deal in Monopoly or you attack a special time at risk, but like these games make you feel like the cleverest of them all. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm enjoying it, but my brother's texting me here. Hold on. That's good.
Just texted me he's gonna kick my fucking ass at Monopoly this Christmas.
He's like, yeah, good thing this isn't live. I'd be getting calls left and right. My parents, what are you saying? You think you're better than me?
Christmas, motherfucker.
For real. It's bad. I've been literally, My dad thinks I'm just designing a game just so I can beat him at something.
What if your dad just smokes you? First trial run you have, the whole family play.
Oh, he would never let me live it down.
How do you go about, my question is this, how do you go about, like, you obviously have to find like a manufacturer, but like with like product design, like actually printing out the board that the game would be played on.
Right.
I assume you would design that, and like that's just printable on cardboard. That wouldn't be too hard, but like designing pieces how you want, like movable pieces, whether they be plastic or some type of like steel, metal, whatever.
Yeah, so basically what you're going to do, you come up with your paper like prototype is what the normal thing is. You make like a cheap prototype. Oh, just paper, you print your own. You get that all worked out. You know, you do play testing, you get it. There's things where you actually send a file on a computer of like all the components and the rules, and you send it to a group of people or whatever, and they just print it out, cut it out, however they're supposed to do it, play it by just the rules you give them. So you got to write the rules like to make sure the rules are actually written like right, and they'll just play it, and then they give you feedback. But like you have that, it's like an ultimate test. But anyway, then there's like on different tiers, there's different ways to have your game like actually like printed out. There's like cheap ones that are like, you know, just kind of shitty, but like they're good for prototypes. You know, you can kind of see what it's gonna kind of look like. And then there's like really good printers and manufacturers like Panda's, like one of the popular ones. That's the one I want to go with. And like legit board games that you see on the shelf, those are the things they're going to print them in.
Doesn't like Mattel make board games too, or am I tripping on that? I know they make like...
Yeah, but they have their own printers.
Right, because they make like...
There's like, okay, like there's Mattel and whatever the other ones are, like Milton Bradley, like those are like, that's like Walmart. They're making their own great value. Like they have their own plants. They have their own, but like there's a whole world of just independent / like just small, like boutique almost like companies that are board game publishing companies that that world is so much more crazy than like, oh, this is Minnesota Monopoly, like that's their new shit, you know? Like this is like mind-blowing how many different kind of games there are.
This is some type of shit that I would find in like Games by James.
Yeah, you go to one of those game shops, you know, it smells like chicken and just depression, and then you go in there.
Chicken and Beau.
And God, but there's just great games. There's some great ones out there. And so I'm just really, right when I got into that world, like mentally, you know, and like I've been doing my research, going on YouTube, then it's like, oh, you can't really go anywhere. So I'm like, perfect. So now I can't even participate in this kind of culture. But yeah, I just wanted to flex on that. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people right now, they're like looking at their girlfriend who's also listening to this with them. And they're like, dude, like I might not be as cool as him, but you know, like I'm trying.
God, Kashi is just so hot. I heard he's making a board game now. I just want to fuck him so bad.
Right. It's really hard. Like, I'm married. Like, I know I'm making board games now, but like, just don't be coming at me just for paper. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
no,
I'm a
100%.
happily married man.
No, 100%, dude. No, I've been recently...
I know what you're thinking. Board games, easy come up, but it's not.
Right. You know, there's some thought that goes into this. I've been recently getting back into Scrabble, dude. I'm just like the luckiest Scrabble player in the world. It's like, it helps that I know a lot of words, you know, like in a lot of abstract, like, little words, but I feel like I learned a lot of them by like over the years playing Scrabble and then being like, oh, is this a word? And then looking them up, you know what I mean? Like weird words with like X's and Q's, yeah. Or then you like learn like, oh no, but this is a 2-letter word, like I think like right. You know what I mean? Like you just learn over the years, and I've gotten really good at playing like the double, triple words and playing off of other people's words. I've never played
Scrabble,
dude. I love Scrabble. I got a legit Scrabble set up over here.
Really? But I'm so bad at spelling.
Yeah, well, yeah, you might have issues then, because I'll call your fucking shit every time.
I'm so
but
bad
that,
at spelling.
and then Rachel plays a lot of cribbage, and I've never played cribbage, and her and her dad played a lot, and some of her friends, and I feel like everyone thinks that I'm too stupid to learn how to play it, because every time they've been like playing or something, they'll be like, well, Nate's never played, let's let Nate play too, and then they'll be like, oh, I don't have enough time to explain. Like, I've heard that like 4 times in the past month. There's a little bit of rules,
you know. You got your set 15-2, 15-4 pairs. You got your nuts, or what's it called? Not nut pegs, you know.
No, I don't know any of this because everyone assumes I'm too fucking stupid to learn, but honestly, I'm a quick learner, dude. Like when you were teaching me, Magic the Gathering, I forgot now, but if you were to give me a little recourse on it, I'd do fine.
Magic's really not that hard to learn, and it's fun.
Oh, okay, so I am just dumb as fuck.
No. I mean, like, once you get the basics down in your head, like, then it's just exponentially harder the better you get at it, though. You know what I mean? Like, you can just keep getting better. I like that kind of stuff where it's not like you don't master it. Like, you just keep getting better, and I love those kind of games, dude.
I like that just
really
mindset in general, because that's me. Like, my passions are obviously about, like, one of those people, like that whole mindset that you just described right there is just me to a T, but only things that I'm like passionate about, like, you know what I mean? Like fishing, like I want to know everything, like everything with water conditions, different types of submergent vegetation, how weather conditions affect pressures of lakes and things like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just super nerdy about the things that I like,
Oh yeah.
Like I picked up that skateboard, dude, to get back into it, dude. And honestly, I haven't touched it this past week because I keep like thinking every time I look at it in the garage, I'm like, let me try a kickflip quick. But I've had like a couple like almost really bad experiences already. I've been lucky, but I could easily see my. But I want to fucking shred again.
You're like,
I just become obsessive with like hobbies, dude. I love to keep myself entertained.
Yeah. Oh, we just lost video there. I'm going to have to call him back real quick. All right, I'm recording right now. So whenever you're ready.
I am recording as well. And 3, 2, 1.
It's just a delay, dude. You're not going to figure that out. You're not going to figure.
We'll figure out these technical difficulties. Of course, this time it was my cell phone dying. We were getting pretty close to wrapping her up anyway.
But there's one thing I needed to talk about. Well, no, actually not really. But we were talking about...
No, I do. Well, no, I don't.
Well, actually, I have your HIV test here.
Yeah.
And there's one final thing.
Bro, did you ever get your coronavirus test back?
No.
Funny how that happens, huh?
I just think maybe it was just fine and there's no need to... I don't know. I'm fine. I don't have it.
Well, you don't know because you took a test and...
I guess I don't know. What if they got it mixed? What if like they had all the swabs and they're like, all right, we got it. And then they're like, Jim, like the guy Jim's holding the bag and he's like, did you put all those swabs in the same bag? He's like, well, yeah, I'm saving plastic. And they're just like, you fucking moron.
No shit, dude. I've heard of so many like that is like a very common theme though. Like, oh, the tests get lost.
It's human error, man. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? Look,
yeah. No,
regardless of what you think about this stuff, it's just shut up. Everybody.
I'm just saying, I would be fucking pissed personally if I went in, like, spent the time going into a fucking dungy ass fucking doctor's office or wherever the fuck you go to take these tests, and then I wait like a month. Like that anxiety's got to grow a little bit. You know what I mean? Like. Even if you're not displaying symptoms of it, like you're like, fuck, do I have it? Like, did I already have it?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's convinced that they've already had it. They're like,
right.
Oh yeah, I was sick 3 years ago, and that's the corona.
Pretty sure I had it 2 years ago.
But but I don't know. I had a pretty weird dry cough for a long time. I know a couple people around me who did too. My daughter did, and my mother-in-law did. And we all had this really dry cough for a long time. Like, it lasted, like, weeks.
Well, dude, my immune system is, like, literally, like... I don't mean to, like, toot my own horn, but I have an impeccable immune system.
Oh, and here we go.
Black Friday this past year, 2019, so what is that? November 29th. Woke up sick as a dog for 2 days, dude, like, puking, like, had a fever, all this shit. And I'm like... something seriously wrong. Anytime, like, I even get a headache, I'm like, I'm fucking dying. Like, I am such a hypochondriac because nothing ever happens to me.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
If that's the case, I already had it. Well, I already had it then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things, like we were talking about board games. You've been fishing, It really hasn't, me personally, it hasn't changed my life a lot. And I know that sounds like a super ultra privileged,
that's
shitty
because you're a
fucking thing to say.
stay-at-home wife, dude.
Huh?
That's because you're a stay-at-home wife.
Exactly. I've had my nuts torched off.
Fisted in the ass, nuts torched off, stubbed your toe.
There's a lot of people out there having a shitty time, and that fucking sucks. And I get why they'd want the economy to open, because they're like, I'm not even at risk, and I'm gonna lose my house, or I'm gonna lose my apartment, or
that's a big fear too, dude. And I felt like I was picking a shitty time. Like I was about to have the best April, real estate wise, and then all of a sudden, within a week, everything, people pulling out of deals, fucking, you know what I mean? Things are just crazy. And you can't blame anyone for it. That's just how it goes. But I'm like, fuck, I picked a bad time to get into a fucking independent contractor job. But, things are starting to balance back out. The market has picked up tremendously here. So I'm not really worried about it. I just, there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding everything. And I think people are starting to chill out. Just in time for that second fucking corona fucking tsunami to smack us all in the faces.
Right. Waiting for that next wave, baby.
Yeah. I swear, dude, I'm ready for fucking Corona 2020.
Just so you know, it's going to cut out. You're going to be the last couple seconds of the video, but my card is full. So we have learned that I can fit exactly 1 hour and 4 minutes onto my card.
Okay.
So I want you to tell everyone where they could email us if they do want to hear us talk about stuff.
Cashy cut out, but you'll still have audio, I guess. You can email us at epmpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on
EPM?
EPF. You can find us at epfpodcast@gmail.com. My brain just doesn't function past 10:30 anymore. I'm in full-on dad mode now, I swear to God.
Yeah, with your dog. EPF Podcast.
Podcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Everything's Probably Fine Podcast, correct?
No, it's just Everything's... I don't even know.
My phone's dead now, too. This is in shambles at the end here. Everything's Probably Fine Podcast, I'm pretty sure, on both Facebook and Instagram.
I'm looking right now, just so that way we know. I don't think it's podcast.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not going to work because I'm on here. You know what? Honestly, if you haven't followed us yet already,
then fuck
we
you.
don't want you.
It's not our problem to remember this shit.
Good luck finding us. This has been...
good luck finding us, motherfuckers.
You're never going to catch us live. Listen, it's been a really good time. I feel like this was a great podcast. If you think this was dope, make sure, if you're seeing us on YouTube, subscribe
Hit
it
that
and like it and
subscribe
comment.
button, please.
Do all that because we're just trying to start this out.
And we're just trying to monetize this thing and get rich as quick as we can. We're trying to monetize this, get as many sponsors and ads to fucking snooze you to death.
I'm trying to buy my third car, so if you could please just subscribe.
Please, come on, please. No, we do appreciate anybody still listening. And stay tuned for more of these. Go ahead, Beau. We'll let you seal the deal.
Let me take her out. I just really hope that whatever happens to you tomorrow, it was better than the day before. You piece of shit. And always remember, no matter how hard life can get, whether you're a guy, girl, trans, gay, straight, Mexican, even Jewish, you can always fap through it. Good night, everybody. I love you.
1, 2, 3. Everything's probably fine.